Good evening, everybody. It's Wednesday, November 25th, 4:40 p.m. My name is Amal. I wanted to do this video for y'all just to give you an understanding of exactly what my thought process is on BTC, what we are looking at in terms of price action, how I've kind of rebalanced some of my positions, and how I'm looking at the market going into the end of the month, which is 5 days from now. So tomorrow, I think, is Thanksgiving, and we have basically a holiday in the markets. And I think Friday, the markets close around 1 p.m. These are the U.S. equity markets. So, of course, accordingly, we will be looking at the markets from a different lens because of the fact that it's a holiday. And I would probably expect Bitcoin and crypto to take a bit of a breather, a pause, maybe some retraces and profit taking across the board in the market. And I think that has generally started already, maybe over the last 24 hours or so. You could see Bitcoin slowly, bleeding down, altcoins pulling back a little. So I think, that profit taking has already started. So let's first look at Bitcoin, and then we'll look at altcoins like Ethereum and Link and Wi-Fi, Uni, all these different, mid-cap altcoins. And we'll go from there. So first things first, make sure y'all hit the thumbs up, folks. I do a lot of these videos for you guys, tons of content, just because I want to, provide you guys analysis, good, thoughtful, informative analysis, because I know it can be tough and hard in bull runs. And sometimes people don't really understand if you are in a bull run, if the trend is up, when they should hop in long, etc. Right? So I'm here to help you understand exactly how I look at the market and how our advantage community, which is these locked channels right here, we usually just hang out in Discord. This is our private side of the Discord. All these locked channels that you see on the left, this is our advantage community. Okay. So if you go to the products page right here on thealphatrades.com, you could sign up for the advantage subscription for $97 per month. And you will get access to all these locked channels that you see in the advantage side, whether it's Bitcoin trading when we're trading Bitcoin short or long, scalp trades, altcoin trades, like the traditional altcoins like XLM and XMR, Ethereum, Litecoin, all these, traditional altcoins, and then DeFi, things like Uniswap or Link, or, the newer altcoins, if you will. And then, of course, we have the equity side as well. So you can go sign up for the $97 per month membership, and you get access to our full Discord, which is all these locked channels. Additionally, if you want to go sign up for the technical analysis course, right now you can click start the course. It's only $10. Okay, it's literally $10 right now for the next 2 days. All right, and this is a Black Friday deal. With $10, you will get 7 days in all these locked channels for free. So you get this course that I created. It's almost 5 to 6 hours of technical analysis. We've had a ton of students, from all over the world who have loved the course. And, you can get 7 free days in the Advantage community for free. So while you're in the bull market, right, while we're trading these different assets across the board, at least you'll get to see the technical analysis, learn a little bit, and then, of course, see our view of the market. Okay, so make sure you go sign up for that or sign up for the Advantage membership. Let's get started. So again, once more, hit the thumbs up, leave us a comment of your thoughts. Let's do this. So let's start off with a 15-minute time frame. All right. So the one thing that I generally do, as my Advantage members know, is I like to turn on this indicator right here, pivots. It very clearly lays out the support and resistance levels for me. Of course, I do my own, markings on the chart, as you can see, with these different trend lines, different horizontal SR levels, inverse head and shoulders pattern and such. So the one thing that I'm kind of seeing in the market is maybe just a choppiness as we head into this Thanksgiving time, as we go into the holiday time and the end of the month time. In this choppiness, there are a few things that we can figure out. Okay, number one, if you look at this key area that was previous support from yesterday night, we're coming back into that same area. I don't think I don't think this area will hold going into the weekend time. I'm feeling, fairly confident that we're probably going to head down possibly towards 18,465. That's the first big support level. And then towards this trend line, which is around 18,300. If that breaks, I think, 17,800 or so, somewhere around this area is probably the next big support level. And you can find that out from the hourly pivot. This is the weekly pivot. And you can see that's around right there, which is $17,800 or so. So I'm thinking that it's possible that, maybe we break this area into the weekend time, retest this weekly open, or possibly this trend line, the dotted trend line that you see. And that could be another potential longing opportunity. Because here's the thing, right? In all this chop that has happened, we still have not changed trend. And the trend has been very simple for the last several months. It's just nice, consistent higher lows and higher highs, pushing up higher and higher. But there's different channels being created. We're just pushing up consistently. So it has not been lucrative, nor has it been fun to be a bear or to be waiting on the sidelines, because prices keep consistently pushing higher and they're not giving you deep pullbacks. Okay. They're giving you very, sharp pullbacks, push up, sharp pullbacks, push up, sharp pullbacks, push up. Right. And I don't think this time is going to be any different. I would probably figure that Bitcoin probably, finds support in the next, I don't know, $200, $300, $400. And that's really pretty much it. I highly doubt that we're going all the way down to 16,000 or 15,000 or anything as such, at least not anytime soon by the look of the structure. Okay. So keep an eye on those levels that I marked out, right? 18,465, 18,300, and then 17,800 down here. Additionally, we have something else that's brewing, which is the Bitcoin dominance, right? So as price has kind of grinded sideways and, chopped around a little bit, Bitcoin dominance aggressively sold off over the last several weeks, but now is kind of rocketing back. And generally, when you see this kind of, movement back, what that tells me is Bitcoin probably is ready to start pushing back up whenever it finishes off its, next, retracement or flushing out some leveraged buyers. And that could be, like I said, anywhere around these levels that I mentioned earlier. But what else is more evident is as Bitcoin chops around in this range, altcoins like Uni or Link or Ethereum, pretty much everything across the board is just pulling back. Like you can go to CoinMarketCap, and if we just go to the last 24 hours or so, let's do this, right? Major coins across the board like Dash or let me see here. Actually, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. So the last 24 hours, you can see, Bcash and Link and Litecoin, Dot, Binance Coin, let me see here. What else? Dash already mentioned, Uni, right? MIOTA, all these different Aave, Zcash, all these coins, they've taken a decent amount of hit. By the way, this is calculating the last 24 hours, not even, to mention the heaviness of the selling that's happened over the last, 8 to 12 hours, which by the time tomorrow rolls around, this selling could be a little bit more heavier. Okay. Because like I said, going into the weekend as well as Thanksgiving time, it's possible that maybe we have some more choppiness and we have some more profit taking across the board in altcoins. But in altcoin world, I don't see it as an opportunity to just completely get out of the market. Of course, in terms of Ethereum and some other altcoins, our community was fortunate enough to sell right here. And I was pretty public about it, even on my Twitter feed, right? I can show this to y'all. We marked out this chart, several days ago before that target even hit for ETH. Let me see here. Where's my ETH chart? There we go. Okay, so right there, right? So we were somewhere around 550s, and I stated that I'd be looking to trim my position around ETH $600 to $615. Okay, so the point is, we kind of knew that altcoins were a little bit extended anyway, and, pullback was probably going to come. Doesn't necessarily mean, like I said, heavy selling or anything as such, but, 5, 10, 50% pullback in altcoins is probably going to be, the more plausible scenario going into the month end. And then we might see that rotation back into Bitcoin in terms of money. And then once more, when Bitcoin pops off, dominance pops off, then Bitcoin will cool off and that money will once again rotate into altcoins like ETH and Aave and Link and Wi-Fi and all the different altcoins that we're kind of watching. So this kind of rotation trade has been pretty good for us. I think our community has been pretty spot on in identifying things like this. We have a ton of different traders from all over the world who have been finding all kinds of information and sharing that piece of information in our chat over here, or the altcoin analysis chat, or DeFi alts chat right here. So, this is why I say that our community is probably one of the best communities to be able to share your thoughts, gain some knowledge in terms of analysis, and actually just become a better trader. Okay. So we talked about Bitcoin dominance, right? We talked about Bitcoin. So let's, do a couple more things, right? The one other thing that I was kind of looking at in terms of Bitcoin, let me see here. When we started to press up and out of this level this morning, I stated that we still have not gotten a close above this key marker, which is this 19,287 level. If you go back almost a week, 2 weeks into my videos, you'll see that I had marked out this level for several weeks, okay? And I stated that this is the level that you want to break above and hold. And if you do that, then we should pretty much easily slice through all-time highs. And by the way, I think if we're getting towards 20,000, I don't think it's going to be resistance. I'm pretty sure that, what we're doing right here, we're just going to just slice on through like it's, a hot knife going through butter. I don't think it's going to matter. But I think right now, Bitcoin is kind of building this chop, this, positioning to just make that slice up. And that might happen going into next week, probably next Monday, because I don't think we're going to get breakouts into the weekend. That's just personally my thought. Okay. So anyway, we got rejected right at this 19,287 level. So if you were paying attention, all right, in our community, we actually took profit just this morning, all right, half position profit right there around 19,220. And by the way, we've gone in and out of multiple Bitcoin long positions several times. So we've taken profit, all the way up back from the beginning of October, all the way up. We've traded this whole thing long. I have not shorted, once, or if I have, they've been very tight scalps with much lesser money. And I've warned my community over and over again, it is not wise to short this trend because it's a clearly bullish trend. If you want to, kind of be contrarian, or you want to set your money on fire, then you short. But this is a good trend to buy pullbacks and go long on. Okay. Not investment advice, of course. You can do whatever you want, but that's kind of what I think. All right, so that's kind of my thoughts on Bitcoin. I think personally we're going to chop around this weekend and possibly come back to those levels I mentioned. Daily time frame. All right, obviously, this is kind of a failed breakout. Here's how I consider breakouts failed. Okay, if you have a previous high, whether it's, I think in this case it's probably this high right here. Okay, so if you have this key high right here that was cemented, all right, and Bitcoin tried to break above, push through, but then boom, got rejected, well, that's a failed breakout. And failed breakouts usually have some consequences to the downside. Now those consequences could be very extreme and then heavy in terms of selling, or they could be a little bit more minuscule where you get maybe 3, 4, 5% pullback in the market. In that case, like I said, we might come back to those levels that I mentioned, which is 18,400 and some change, maybe as low as $17,800. That's really the extent of where I'm kind of looking, in terms of pullbacks. Okay. Let's move on to altcoins, right? Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go through the heat map data and the footprint data. Okay, so heat map wise, what we see is a decent amount of sellers lined up in Coinbase right above price. So again, going to the weekend time, not surprised that we're probably going to sell off and break down a little bit more. Okay, that makes sense to me. All right, let's see if BitMEX traders or derivative traders are positioned for buys anywhere. We don't really have any significant buying activity lined up, at least not on BitMEX. Let's go to Finex right here. Okay. Finex also has big sellers waiting right above. So they're also possibly pressing price down. Okay. Let's go to Binance Futures. All right. Nothing in terms of Binance Futures, maybe some absorption of buyers right here, stepping up right around 18.7, 18.6. OKX. These are kind of the important ones because I like to pay attention to some of these Asian exchanges. Nothing on spot OKX, but futures I'm pretty sure will be heavy. Let's see. Yeah, so there's a lot of clustered data right here in terms of OKX, but kind of some good walls that are lined up to be able to buy the drop if it does happen, all the way down into 17,800, maybe down to 17.6. All right, so those are really the levels that I mentioned earlier too. Okay. Let's check out Crypto Quant. Nothing going on this front. I checked earlier today. Let's do miner inflows. Okay, inflow total. All right, let's do this. Okay, so not really seeing a whole lot of miner inflows, meaning miners are not moving a ton of Bitcoin onto exchanges, waiting to sell that Bitcoin. Okay. Let's check out outflows. So outflows are Bitcoin being pulled off exchanges, and usually when Bitcoin gets pulled off exchanges, that's less supply pressure on the exchanges to be able to suppress the price. Okay, let's see here. Let's look at some other pieces of data. Funding rate across the board, I'm pretty sure it's positive. Right, so across the board, it's positive. So this kind of tells me that longs are paying shorts. Obviously, there's a whole lot of longs that are still positioned to hope that prices are going to get pressed higher. So that makes sense. Let's see, longs versus shorts. BTC wise, I mean, it looks like generally. Fairly even, I guess. One could say that right now there's some traders who are heading a little bit more short going into the weekend time. But I don't think that's a huge deal. Over here, let's see, right? I think across the board, I mean, BitMEX slightly higher. Over here, Binance. Bybit has a good amount of shorts. OKX has a good amount of shorts. Huobi long, FTX long. Deribit long, Kraken a little bit short, Bitfinex a little bit short. Let's see here. Open interest. Yeah, I think open interest dropped off a decent amount. I think we were talking about that earlier. Right over here. Nothing special. So I think all in all, I mean, I'm still expecting chop. I'm not expecting any large drops or anything as such. So kind of expect just a weekend of nothingness, this Thanksgiving time. But again, I'm still bullish. I don't think that I'm largely concerned about exactly, the market dropping too much. I'm still looking for areas of pullbacks to go long on. And yeah, I don't think even our indicator right here. So this is our proprietary indicator that our member Harry created. And you can also go on our website right here on the Alpha Trades. You could purchase it 100 per month or 1,000 per year, but our Advantage members get 30% off. Okay, so our indicators are moving average base, Ichimoku cloud base, and then of course down here we have a divergence and RSI based indicator. But I think for the most part, even those indicators are not necessarily telling you sell signals or dumpy signals. They're kind of just telling you that market is just choppy. You know, going into the weekend time, of course, we're going to get some retracements. So I think that's all that's really going on. Let me see on the 1 hour basis. You know, we could kind of look for this blue line to maybe support the price, and that's around 18,625 or so. If we dump a little bit lower, you know, let's see, maybe on a 2 hour basis, if we do pull back a little bit more, we're kind of getting support on this red ribbon. This is a moving average ribbon. So we might bounce from here. Okay. Pulling back a little bit more. If we do into the 4 hour ribbon right here, that's somewhere around 18,400 down to about 18,000 flat. Let's see here. I don't think I posted anything really on my Twitter feed today. There's a good interview from the Chainlink co-founder on Yahoo Finance today. So I posted that on my Twitter feed that I really liked. You know, the other thing that I mentioned this morning is, you know, for those of you who are sort of unable to capture and understand the strength and trend of a market because you constantly are focusing on the price, right? You know, here's what happens, right? Generally, most people fall into the analysis paralysis trap where they overanalyze a market and they don't necessarily know exactly where the market is headed. And what they do is, you know, they're going to overanalyze, you know, different indicators, different things going on in the market, and it's going to talk them out of whatever position that they want to get into. Now, more importantly, because you get to see the price on the right, you see $18,700. Now that's a daunting number because, you know, just a couple months ago it was 12,000, and a few more months before that it was, you know, 9,000, and a few more months before that it was 6,000. So you're thinking, oh my God, price has gone up 3x. You know, I'm going to wait for a deeper pullback, maybe 14,000, 13,000. Remember, trading is not about just the prices, because Bitcoin is already hard to value. No one really knows how to value it. So it's almost meaningless to look at the price of a Bitcoin. But rather, if you are a trader, you should value how the technical setup is and the trend. See, that's what really matters, is if you're a true trader, you're looking for the trend and you're looking for the value of the technicals. For example, right, if you're looking for something like this, okay, this was previous resistance right here, right? Price breaks through, tests as support. Doesn't matter if this support was $50 or 50,000 or 15,000. It doesn't, right? It doesn't change the fact that this was previous resistance, then it got changed to support, right? So the value of the technicals is still the same, whether it's $50 or 1,500 or 15,000. Okay, so that's what I mean by valuing the technicals. And then, of course, looking at a trend in the market. See, good traders understand one thing, which is, what is the trend? If you don't get the trend right, more than likely you're probably losing money or you're not making money for sure. Okay, and the thing is, in bull trends, that's the easiest time to make money, especially in Bitcoin because it's such a volatile asset. You know, there's a ton of alpha to capture in terms of Bitcoin when it makes its big movements. So that's kind of what I look forward to, you know, when I look at the trend in the market and look at the value of the technicals, is where exactly the support and resistance levels, where should I be buying, what is the trend, things like that. And that's something that I mention to my Advantage members all the time, is pay attention to the things that we're looking at, you know, in terms of analysis, what we're looking at in terms of key levels. And this is our channel, Bitcoin Analysis, where I post all my analysis day in and day out for my Advantage members right here, okay? All right, so let's move on to altcoins because there's a lot to talk about there, right? So I'm gonna pick a couple of altcoins. And by the way, for our Advantage members, right, I created 2 separate contests only for Advantage members. So these are the paying members. Number one, you will have to post a chart, an explanation, and a dollar value of the weekly closing price of BTC this coming Sunday. Okay, so, you know, for those of us who are in the US, right, our weekly candle closes on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or I'm sorry, Central Standard Time, but I need to change this actually. So make sure you guys post this for the Sunday weekly candle close. All answers will only be accepted by tomorrow. All right. And again, this is only for Advantage members. So if you post a chart, an explanation, and a price target, the person who is closest to the price target will get the $200 prize. The 7-day highest gainer, and this is another contest that I have, that's another $200 prize contest. What we're going to be doing is, again, this is for Advantage members only. We're going to pick, one of the 100 coins, the top 100 coins that are out there on this watch list. All right. So only the top 100 because, I don't want people going into a coin that's, ranked 3,500 that has like, a $100 market cap and you push that coin up, 1,000%. So that's not acceptable. But in this, right, the top 100 coins right there on CoinMarketCap, what I'm going to do is you're going to post your entry by Friday around 6 p.m. Again, this is Central Time, not Eastern. And next Friday, which is December 4th, okay? And once again, you're going to post your coin that you pick, a chart, and then your explanation why you believe that your coin that you picked is going to be the biggest percentage winner 7 days from now, which is Friday, December 4th. And if you are right, again, you will get $200 US. All right. So these are the different contests that we're having only for Advantage members. Make sure y'all, post up a chart on the BTC weekly close as well as the 7-day highest gainer. Because it's an easy chance to win $200, right? Just post your analysis, post your thoughts, and who knows, you might get lucky, all right? But a lot of it is also not luck, right? I mean, some of it is actually understanding the technicals of exactly what's going on in the market and knowing, why exactly specific assets are going to push up or down, et cetera, right? So I think, if you do your due diligence, there's a high chance that you could win one prize or both. Okay. All right, let's move on to altcoins. Okay, so altcoins, again, they keep rolling over. They keep, selling off, dumping a little bit heavier. So I personally think that altcoins are probably going to catch a beating, going into this weekend time, Thanksgiving time. So in terms of ETH, some levels to look out for is at least down here around 550. That's a key level to look out for. And then, of course, I think this one down here is another important level, which is around 515, 520. I think it's possible that ETH wicks all the way down there because it made its move, to the upside very hard, very fast. So I don't see why it can't make, a swift move down, by the weekend time, and maybe it comes back up, relatively soon. Okay. The higher targets for ETH, and I'm still bullish on ETH. Once it starts getting above the $618 marker, I think it's going towards $785, $800 up here. Okay, but of course, it has to first make its way up here. All right. Other than that, I mean, if it doesn't, it's very possible that this is, the temporary top for ETH, and we might head back towards $480 and possibly, a little bit lower. Okay. Let's check out Link. All right, so this is one of my, other favorite altcoins. Again, Link is also dumping. Altcoins across the board are dumping, so there's really not any surprise. But I believe that Link, having had this pullback right here towards $14, I think it can make its way back up towards $15.75. If it can break that level, it's probably headed towards $17 and $19. Okay, so I feel fairly confident that if it does bounce off this level, right, it can make its way back up to $15.75, and then if it breaks that, 17 and then 19. All right, support's on the way down. I really would like it to hold $14. If it breaks, probably 13. If that breaks, this is the key level, around $11.65, because that's the previous area that was, resistance right there, resistance, broke through, found support. So I'm thinking, those levels on the way down. Let's check out Wi-Fi. All right, this coin, when it moves, it really moves. I closed out my Wi-Fi position at a 12% profit, or maybe it was 11%. So this is done. My entry is done. I think Wi-Fi is going to roll over probably towards these two markers, 19,500, 19,200, because that's, again, the previous SR level that's untested. So test right here. And I'm thinking that if it makes its way back up, 31,950, that's my next big target. And then about somewhere around 37 to 38. Okay, so those are my big targets to the upside if we do successfully bounce off this. All right, let's check out some other ones. XLM really broke out, right? So let's check out XLM. I personally think that XLM, XRP, some of these coins really broke out hard, and I'm really not interested in touching these unless they get some deeper retracements on the way back. All right, so if we look at this on a weekly basis, right, this is kind of the area that you should be looking out for XLM to come back to, which is around 14 cents. So, from where we are right now, that's almost a good 25, 27% retracement if we get back to this key SR level. So personally, that would be an opportunity if you are interested. That's a buy the dip opportunity, right here. If it holds, it might push towards new highs or take out this local high at least. Let's check out XRP. XRP, same thing, right? I mean, it hit way the heck up here. I told some of our Advantage members that if you get this big spike up, it's probably time to start letting go of some of your position because it really just skyrocketed. When things go up really fast, really hard, on the way down, there's also pain, right? So it's possible maybe XRP bounces off this level and pushes back up. But it's also possible that maybe for the next, several weeks, it also bleeds a little bit lower. We are in a bull market, and I understand that, it's possible that prices keep pushing up higher. I just don't really know how much higher they're going to push up. And if so, I don't really know if these coins ran up really hard, really fast, and maybe these coins pull back more versus, let's just say something like Uni, the one I'm watching, Uni, I'm thinking, okay, what it had a nice consolidation. Uni did not run up like other altcoins did. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe Uni has some strength in it to possibly maybe find support in this area and then make its way up and out of this. Okay. So Uni looks pretty good to me, but I really, really do not like Uni closing below these markers that I've got, which is around 386 and down to about 368. If I'm thinking that, we're getting that low, we're probably going to take out this low, maybe take out this low, but I really would like for Uni to kind of turn around, swiftly, like real soon, because things could get really ugly really fast. If altcoins just keep getting that sell pressure in, okay? So please do be careful going into the weekend time, size up properly, move your stops up, take profits, right? All the things that I keep telling y'all to do over and over again. Please do be careful, okay? Because markets can really turn fast on you, especially if you're in leverage positions. Gosh, it could really suck, So please do be careful, all right? Well, I think that's pretty much it. I covered Uni and Wi-Fi and Ethereum and Link and XLM and XRP. We'll just do one last touch up of Link. I'm sorry, not Link, LTC. So LTC, right, same thing. It needs to stay above this level. Okay, this is the previous SR level, previous resistance. So if you break up and you deviate, it's possible that you come down a little bit more, maybe towards this marker right here, which is around, I don't know, $70 or something. And you generally don't want that. Once you've had a nice strong breakout, you want to do a retest quickly and then start moving up and away. So this coming back in so deep in terms of a retrace doesn't make me feel so good. So all the coins I showed you guys so far, as you can clearly see, everything is getting sold. Bitcoin is getting sold, altcoins are getting sold, and that just goes to show you that this is weekend time. This is Thanksgiving time. Traders across the board are probably realizing some profits, taking some money off the table. There's probably going to be more chop across the board. So something to be careful about. All right, folks. Well, that's it. Again, like I said, Hope y'all enjoy your weekend. Take profits, move your stops up. Do hit the thumbs up. All right. Leave us a comment of your thoughts and join the Advantage membership. All right. $97 per month, or you can join our technical analysis course, $10, which gets you 7 free days on the Advantage side. Y'all take care. Cheers. And I'll catch up with you soon. Have a great Thanksgiving and have a good weekend.